October 31st. When Chapman billies leave the street, and drouthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late, and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit boosing at the nappy, and getting fou and unco happy, we think now on the lying Scots miles, the mosses, water, slaps and stiles, that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. The truth fand honest Tam O'Shanter, as he frae air at night decanter. Auld air wham ne'er a town surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, hast thou been sae wise, as ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice? She told thee weel thou was a skeelum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blelum. That frae November till October, a market day thou was nae sober, that ilka melder wi' the miller, thou sat as lang as thou had siller. That every night was Kate a shoe on, the smith that thee gat roaring fou on, that at the Lud's house even on Sunday thou drank wi' Kirkton Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou wouldna be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched wi' warlocks in the mirk, by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet, to think how mony counsels sweet, how mony lengthened sage advises the husband frae the wife despises. But to our tale a market night, Tam had got planted unco right, fast by an ingle bleezing finely, wi' reaming swats and dranks divinely, and at his elbow Suitor Johnny, his ancient trusty drouthy crony. Tam lo'ed him like a verra brother. They had weeks together, the night drave on wi' sangs and clatter. And aye the ale was growing better, the landlady and Tam grew gracious, wi' favours secret, sweet and precious. The suitor taught his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle, Tam didna mind the storm a whistle. Care mad to see man sae happy, e'en drowned himself among the nappy. As bees flee hame wi' ladies of treasure, the minutes winged their way wi' pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er all the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppy spread, you seize the flower, its bloom is shed, or like the snow falls in the river, a moment white, it melts forever. Or like the boreals race, that flirt ere you can point their place, or like the rainbow's lovely form, evanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tether time or tide, the hour approaches Tam on ride, the hour on night's black arch the key stane, the dreary hour he mounts his beast in. And sick at night he tacks the rod in, he ne'er poor sinner was abordin. The wind blew as 'twad blown its last, the rattling showers rose on the blast, the speedy gleams in the darkness swallowed, loud, deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand, the Dale had business on his mind. Wheel mounted on his grey mare, Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam skelped on through dub and mare, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round wi' prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Alloway was drawing nigh, while gas and hoolets nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snaw the chapman smored, and past the bricks and Mickey Stane, where drunken Charlie bracks neck bane, and through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters fund their murders bairn, and near the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mither hanged hersel. Before him Doon pours all his floods, the doubling storm roars through the woods. The lightning flash from pole to pole, near and more near thunder rolls, when glimmering through the groaning trees Kirk Alloway seemed in a breeze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bored John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. We tip nae, we fear nae evil, we when we feel face the Dale. The swats sae reamed in Tamer's noodle, fair play he cared, na Dale's a boodle. But Maggie stood right sair astonished, till by heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light, and vow Tam saw an unco sight, warlocks and witches in a dance, nae coalition Brent knew frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeyan reels put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat Auld Nick in shape or beast, a towsy tyke black grim and large, to gie him music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and garred him skirl, till roof and rafters a' did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses, that shod the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrips light, each in its called hand held a light, to which heroic Tam was able to note upon the hally table. A murderer's banes in gibbert aims, twa sprang lang wee unchristened bairns, a thief new cutted frae wi' rape, wi' his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks wi' blood red rusted, 5 scimitars wi' murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son o' life bereft, the grey hairs yet stacked to be heft, wi' mair o' horrible and awfu', which even to name would be awful. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew, the reel they'd set, they'd cross, they'd click it, the ilka carlin swat and reek it, they coosed her duddies on the work and link it at all in her stark. Now Tam, oh Tam, had been they be queens, a plump and strappin' in their teens, their sark instead o' creasy flannin, being snaw white 17 hunner linen. Their breeks o' mine, my only pair, that ance were plush o' good blue hair, I wad hae gin them off my hurdies, for a blink o' the bonny birdies. But withered beldams auld and droll, rigged woody hags and speen and fall, low piping and flinging on a curramac, I wondered dinna turn thy stomach. But Tam kenned what was what fo brawly, there was a winsome wench and wowly. The nightins listed in the core, lang after kenned on Carrick shore, for mony a beast to death she shot, and perished mony a bonny boat, and shook baith Mailkill corn and bear, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark o' paisley hand, that while a lassie she had worn, a longitude though sorely scanty, it was kept her best, and she was vaunty. Ah, little kenned I, reverend granny, that sark the croft for her wee nanny, wi' 2 Scots, 'twas a' her riches, would ever grak a dance of witches. But here my muse, her wing maun core, sic flights as far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lap and flang, a supple jade she was and strang, and how Tam stood like ane bewitched, and thought his very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidget fu fain, and hotched and blew wi' might and main, till first a caper sign another, Tam tint his reason a together, and roars out, "Well done, cutty sark," and in an instant all was dark, and scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees bizz out wi' angry fyke, when plundering herds assail their byke, as open pussy's mortal foes, when pop the starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, when "Catch the thief" resounds aloud, so Maggie runs, the witches follow, wi' money and eldritch screech and hollow. Ah Tam, they'll get thy fairin', in hell they'll roast there like a herrin'. In vain thy Katie awaits thy comin', Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the key stane of the brig, there at them thou thy tail make toss, a turning stream they dare nae cross, but ere the key stane she should make, a faint a tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious aidle, but little wist she Maggie's middle. A spring brought off her master hale, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin clat her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now while this tale of truth shall read, ilk man and mother soon take heed. When e'er to drink you are inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think ye may but the joys o' a dale, remember Tam O'Shanter's mail. Tam O'Shanter by Robert Burns, really poorly read by me.